you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You try lifting the lid. The enormous weight upon the lid is preventing that lid from opening. Try banging on the lid. Maybe unsettle the dirt and somebody on top might notice and start digging their way down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about that when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something that was preciously given to you by the Lord Jesus away from you and your children and your husband and your wife, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, and your grandchildren? With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I read about on these index cards that waited and waited and waited until it was too late to get help. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I will help you take your life back before your life is gone. There are other coaches, thousands of other ones. One in particular, a good friend of mine, Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I tell folks like you constantly, it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter where you've been. What matters is that you're here today looking for help for a better tomorrow. Larry Geis can be found on the internet at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Can be called at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis will help you from your depression to happier times, from your addiction to recovery, from your low self-esteem to raise your self-esteem. But you need to give him a call at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Don't forget to take your slippers off at night, but don't stick them at the edge of your bed. Stick them under your bed, way under. In the morning when you wake up and you get to enjoy that beautiful scenery I have behind me, because God allowed you another day, get on your knees to get those slippers, and while you're on your knees, utilize the thing I call knee mail, K-N-E-E mail. Knee mail is your communication between you and God each and every day. You can ask God for guidance and direction. You can thank God for all the good things you have in your life, like a home and clothing and food and relationships. You can ask God for forgiveness and mercy. Ask God to guide you throughout the whole week and give you a beautiful day, and thank God for allowing you to live another day on this earth, because someone wasn't able to do so this morning when they never woke up. Knee mail, K-N-E-E mail, each and every morning. That's your instant message to God, from your lips to His ears, each and every day. Now put your slippers on, stand straight up, roll your shoulders back, stick your chest out, and walk with God 24/7. We are going to talk about the 10 benefits of knowing and living your life's purpose. It is becoming increasingly apparent that knowing and living one's life's purpose is the most crucial step forward in any individual's path of development. When you are living on purpose, then all those problems fly out of the window. Life's a gas, and even becomes possible to actually get some law of attraction results, because you are indeed creating your life. And yet, most people could not tell you what really fires them up, makes them who they are, and spurs them into action in their life, because there isn't anything. Their life's purpose is not conscious to them, or they haven't created it yet. Perhaps that's you, in which case you need some assistance. I invite you to check out, go to Google and check out Life on Purpose Institute's Home Study course. That course is a proven, systematic, spiritually based, and practical process that helps you clarify your life's purpose. Furthermore, the course provides you the tools for your design, for you to design your life to be true and authentic reflection on purpose. So then you get on with the joy of living according to your life's purpose. And again, I do keep hard copies of this because I read this awfully quick from the teleprompter. So you can call me at 844-405-HELP, and I can give you all the information where to find that course. This is indeed our top recommendation for individuals wanting to live a truly fulfilled life. Brad Swift, the founder of the Life on Purpose Institute, here explains the benefits of living on purpose. As the founder and director of an organization with the name like Life on Purpose Institute, remember those words, Life on Purpose Institute. I guess it's not surprising to hear me say that I feel that one of the most important matters that anyone can do for themselves in the world is to become clear what their true purpose in life is, and then live that true purpose. So I'd like to point out some of many benefits of knowing what living your life purposes can be. These are some of the benefits most commonly shared by clients of Life on Purpose Institutes, as well as the ones that I personally experienced by clarifying and living my own life on purpose. You need to focus. When you clearly know your life's purpose, it becomes a truing mechanism, allowing you to focus more clearly on what matters most to you. Many people report that this has been one of the most valuable benefits of going through the purpose process, especially ones that begin to use their life purpose to make their decisions and choices in where and how they are going to invest their time, energy, money, and talents. The other side of this coin is oftentimes a life off purpose is unfocused and scattered. Much like a boat without a rudder, when you don't know what your true purpose in life is, your life tends to be thrown all over the place by currents of circumstances. You need to have passion. For many people, clarifying their life's purpose becomes the key to unlocking their passion for their life. My life's purpose was figured out in 2013, and that was to help people with life in general, emphasizing addiction and recovery. The passion becomes the fuel that propels them forward in expressing their life's purpose, often in extraordinary ways beyond anything they would have considered before they clarified their purpose. A life off purpose is often devoid by any real passion. The experience can be a little bit like the movie Pleasantville. At the start of the movie, everyone in Pleasantville was living a dull black and white life, but over time they began to tap into their passion and learned that life could be a beautiful, multicolored experience filled with passionate moments. Being unstoppable. People living on purpose become unstoppable, particularly the longer they live true to their purpose, and the more they allow their purpose to shape their life. At the same time, purposely, people aren't positionally in their being unstoppable. They have learned that it's not necessary to go through life like a bull, ramming through anything that tries to get them in the way of living their purpose. They've found that often a little patience, coupled with persistence, can go a long way, as does surrendering to their timeline of higher power. People without clarity of purpose often find themselves stopped or stuck in life, which isn't surprising because they haven't tapped into their passion, so they're like a high-powered automobile without the fuel in their tank. You need fulfillment, living a life in which you are regularly expressing your life's purpose and allowing it to shape your decisions, your thoughts, feelings, and actions is simply a whole lot more fulfilling. A life on purpose, a life on purpose is filled with meaning, and people on purpose realize they are making a difference in the world simply by being in the world. Then whatever they choose to do in the world to express their life purpose is like icing on the cake. People living off purpose often find a life filled with meaning as well. Unfortunately, the meaning that they have ascribed to life stems from fear and preoccupies them with the need to struggle and suffer. Remember, suffering is optional in this world, and knowing your purpose is the key to making an important shift in life. Living a value-based life. You will learn as you delve more deeply into the purpose process that an integral component of a person's life purpose are their core values, those intangibles of life that mean the most to them. Our core values are the heart of the values that we've been taught we should value. Think of three concentric circles. The largest circle is composed of what should values. The next circle is inside that one is our chosen values, that should values that we actually choose to hold on to in our life from. And the last circle is our core values, those chosen values that truly matter most to us. Since these core values are an integral part of your life purpose, when you are living a life of purpose, you are living a value-based life rather than a lifestyle-based life. People living off purpose are often focused on living more from outer circle of their should values. What is often described keeping up with the Joneses, and I'm sure you've all heard that before. In a lifestyle-based life, the focus is on life looking a certain way in appearance, the way we are taught our lives were supposed to look. That focus is often more on staff and doing what's expected of us, not what gives us the most joy in life. And then you need to have fun. Let's face it, living on purpose is simply a lot more fun than living based on fear and should-haves. People who know their life purpose and are living it have a renewed zest of life. They can bring purposeful play to almost every situation and find or create ways to each day be a reflection of their true joy and their purpose. Recently, this is the person I remember that the co-founder of the Institute. Recently, I took time off from normal work routine to take the afternoon matinee. The movie I saw was Legend of Bagger Vance. While I thoroughly enjoyed playing hooky from work and the movie in general, there was one line that stood out above all the rest, and that main lesson I was there to learn that day. The caddy, Bagger Vance, said God is happiest when his children are at play. I keep that line on my desk lamp so I don't forget. Whenever I'm feeling like my work is drudgery or there's a heaviness or effort involved in my daily activities, I know in those moments I have shifted from expressing my life purpose to something else. People who live off life purpose have bought into the idea of no pain, no gain. It doesn't have to be that way. Sure, there may be times when you need to exert yourself more diligently, but that doesn't mean that you need to suffer while doing it. I lift weights 3 times a week as part of my health and fitness routine. Part of the object to lifting increasing amounts of weights is to fatigue the muscles so they will grow and become stronger. At the same time, this doesn't mean that I need to suffer while I'm straining. I have the choice to sweat and with enjoyment, or to sweat while complaining about how hard it is, or how unfair it is to have that I have to be stuck in my gym. I choose to bring my joy and my fun to my life so that you can also. And then you need to have integrity. For me, a life purpose is a life of ultimate integrity. It's a life with a whole complete people who know their purpose and are living it, know that who they are and why they are here. They live true to their core values as they serve themselves and others through expression of their life's purpose. People who are living off purpose simply haven't found themselves yet. There's nothing wrong with them. There's simply something missing in their life. They're knowing their life's purpose, which is why purpose process was created, to provide people with the means of putting into their life this important missing ingredient. And trust and faith. As people clarify their life's purpose and begin to live true to it, many of them report a surprising increase of synchronicity and in their lives. It is though the universe is rewarding them for their courage to live true to their purpose. With this comes a deepening in trust and faith. Remember this now. With this comes a deepening with trust and faith for most of these people as they realize that indeed the greater force, otherwise known as God, in the universe than themselves, and are guiding their life because they trust within that greater force. People living off purpose are often slow to trust anything they can't see or touch. Coming from fear, trusting looks like a bad idea, and they have plenty of evidence for not trusting. All the times they did and were hurt when they did trust now comes to roost. That's why it takes real courage to live on purpose. Nowhere will you hear me say that life on purpose is risk-free. Anything but. But I will say from my own experience and from the experience of hundreds of other people I've met living on purpose, the risk is very well worth it. Grace. According to the dictionary, grace is the unmerited divine assistance given man, and people living on purpose often report a living grace-filled life. When you commit to living true to your purpose, something amazing begins to happen. The universe lines up with your intention and commitment. Perhaps this quote says it best here. Quote, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creativity, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That moment, one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too, unquote. All sorts of things happen to help one that could never otherwise have happened. A whole stream of events issues from one decision, raising one's favor, all manner of assistance which no man could have dreamed would ever come their way. I have learned a deep respect for one's Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do, or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And then you need to flow. And perhaps we can summarize the other 9 benefits under this last one. People living on purpose live in the flow of the universal stream of consciousness. Rather than fighting against the current, they allow the current of what's wanting to happen to happen. They allow what's wanting to flow, flow. They know that while they may never completely understand or comprehend God's divine design and plan for the universe, they can still be an integral part in its realization. Folks, reminder, I keep in hard copy because I read this pretty quick off a teleprompter, but I do keep a hard copy. Call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I'll send you, either email it or send it to you, a hard copy of any of my videos. You can also text me at 631-599-0218 and live your life today. Live with a purpose. What is your purpose? I know my purpose. What is yours? Leave me a comment by texting me at 631-599-0218, and may God bless you.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read, if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we